Good morning, everyone from San Francisco Bay Area. We are 18 right now, and so welcome everyone on your Saturday morning. Oops. One second. Yeah, thank you for joining today. We appreciate your participation and continued support. Also, a little introduction on myself. I'm Shiba Tukral, a co-founder of a nonprofit, kindcause.org, senior Salesforce admin at Jamf, a community group leader since January 2020. I presented at Dreamforce 21 and 22 this time. And so we are fresh out of Dreamforce. I'm 4.5 times Ranger, 9 super badges, and now 11 times certified. We got a chance to certify ourselves in Dreamforce. We were given chances to take the exam on the spot. And luckily, I cleared my business analyst and associate exam right there. So some virtual meeting house rules. Please mute your mics unless to ask a question. And you can post your questions in the chat and be engaging, ask questions, participate, and network. I hand it over to my great co-leader, and she's come all the way from Sri Lanka to share her knowledge. I really appreciate her. Amma, please take it away. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Shiba.
I'll stop share.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so let me share my screen first. Is it visible to you guys?
Yes, it is. We are seeing your, yeah, we can see your slides now.
Can anyone let me know whether it is visible to you? Yeah, thank you. So today I'm going to share my knowledge about sharing architecture, mainly the data accessibility based on the record sharing model. So this session I hope going to take the sharing and visibility architecture certification, and also for those who want to know more about the record sharing model in Salesforce. So we'll skip this. This is the forward-looking statement that you can see in any Salesforce, and these are what we are going to discuss today. I'm going to cover all these 6 topics. And this is a small brief about me. I am Amma Gayatri Surangika, currently living in Sri Lanka. I am a senior Salesforce consultant at Untitled Private Limited. I have 7 Salesforce certifications, including the sharing and visibility certification is my latest one. And I have like more than 6 years of experience in Salesforce, and I am a triple star ranger. So let's move for the main thing, that is the record sharing model in data accessibility in sharing architecture. So you can see this inverted triangle, right? In this inverted triangle, you can see when it is coming down, it is mentioned as more specific, and when it is going upward, it is given as more open. So this inverted triangle represent the record sharing model in Salesforce. And what is mean by this more specific and more open is, at the bottom level, when you come to the bottom level, the record accessibility is given only for a particular set of one user or a particular set of users. But when you are going upward in this model, the record accessibility is given to a wider number of users. That is why it is given like more open in the upward, but more specified in the downward. So can anyone tell, in the bottom level you can see that this OWD. Can anyone unmute yourself and tell me what is this OWD? what is the full form or whatever you know about OWD?
OWD means organization-wide
OWD, it is organization-wide default. So basically, it is used in the role hierarchy, setting settings like
So it
Okay.
basically defines the lower hierarchy of your access, like private default, who can access it, who can edit them. It is like the base level of sharing.
Yeah, very good. So you guys know something about organization by default. Yeah, that is the base level access in the Salesforce record accessibility. It define the default access for the objects in Salesforce. You can set the organization while default this default access for the internal users and also for the external users. The main access in the organization while default are like private, public read only, and the public read write. But for objects like leads and cases, we have like read write transfer, and for the some objects like contact control by parent access. So the detailed record always get the high accessibility from the parent record. So that is the bottom level of this model, and we'll see everything in detail with this scenario in after I'm giving the brief of these things. I'll explain using the scenario in the developer org how we can set those things. So the next one is the role hierarchy. So again, chance for the audience to share your knowledge with the others.
So basically, role hierarchy
What do
means
you know about role hierarchy?
after OWD, role hierarchy defines your visibility. Like you can view, if suppose you are a vice president, I can view manager's record, but the manager can't read the records which is accessible to me. So it defines the level of organization, and sometimes it can also define how your organization structure is. It may be resemble or it may not be, but it depends upon your organization.
Yeah, very good. So here you can see as I cannot see the names, but as he mentioned, the role hierarchy from this is the organization structure. So once the organization structure is set in your org, the users hold a role above can see the records owned by users in the below users in a below role. So that is how the role hierarchy works. So the more number of records can be visible to the users, so they can see all the records owned by those who are below in the hierarchy. So that is the role hierarchy. Hope it is also clear for everyone. Let's go back to the triangle. And the third thing is sharing roles. This also is easy one. I hope you guys are aware about that. Can anyone again
So
explain
I am
about what you know?
Megesh. I am Megesh. So I was the one
Nilesh.
who answered the previous two. So
Okay.
sharing rules, there are two types of sharing: owner-based sharing and the criteria-based sharing. For owner-based sharing, it's basically if you are the owner of the record, I should also be able to access it. And criteria-based sharing in the sense, if suppose there are some criterias, like if suppose this is the sales, if suppose the amount of the order is more than this amount, then my manager or some other department person should also be able to access that record. So this is criteria based sharing.
Nice. As Nigesh mentioned, there are like two types of, mainly the owner based sharing is to share whatever the record owned by a person or a role with a group of we can share using sharing rule. We can share the records with a public group or a role and subordinate based on the record owner or based on a particular criteria, particular value in a field. So that are the two types of role sharing rules available. criteria based sharing and the owner based sharing. So for each object that we can set based on whatever the criteria or the owner, we can give the access to a set of users. That is what done by the sharing rule. So when it is come from the organization by default to role hierarchy, more user above in the role get access to more records. But when it's come upward to the sharing rule, based on the users pull particular role or role and records. So that is why it is when coming upward, it is open. So the manual sharing, it is very, the name itself specify what is manual sharing. So can anyone else want to take the chance to tell what you know about manual sharing?
If suppose my OWD role hierarchy or sharing rule is not able to again share the record, then the owner of the record has the access to manually share the record. So that sharing can also, so basically there is another thing in that manual sharing is that I can edit the record access, like manually going to record, sometimes give it read write or sometimes make it like read only for the person. A common use case is suppose my salesperson is going on a holiday and I want to share my record with that another salesperson who will be replacing me for that time period. So I manually share the record with the person.
Very good, Nigesh. I hope everyone listening to that get the clear idea about what is manual sharing. So in the record, those who own the record can manually share the record with a group of user or a particular user or a public group or a particular role. They can share, and now also they can give the access level, set the access level as well. Here one thing is why Salesforce here, if you get the organization by default or sharing rule or the role hierarchy or the other two in the above of this triangle, all these are like automated, but this manual sharing, it is not automated. The user have to manually share using the sharing button. That is something different from different in the manual sharing compared to all the other sharing settings for the record share. So the next thing is team sharing. So is there anyone else who want to talk, or else Migesh itself can explain if you know?
Should I?
Anyone?
Anyone else wants to give it a try?
I would like to give it a try.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, Vivian, go ahead.
Migesh?
So the team sharing, to my understanding, is either the account team or opportunity
Okay.
team that you
So,
share
yeah, you can go.
information among your teammate.
We are giving a like, yeah.
Maybe I'm not correct, but you could correct me.
There is one more thing in team sharing. It is for the account. So when you are sharing an account, you also have the accessibility to share the case records, opportunity, or the contacts with the person or the user which you are sharing the record with. Account teams.
Yeah, and it's read and view, right?
Yeah.
Also,
Nice.
no access to
right?
Private.
Mhm.
Also, you can manually create the roles in the setup for the teams.
Yeah. Read and in the team sharing, yeah, thank you guys.
Amma, we lost you, looks like. Amma? Oh, I don't know what happened. Okay, she's, let me just check with her 1 second. Hold on, guys. Amma, you there? We cannot hear you. Hello, Amma.
Hello, I was trying to unmute myself. Okay, now I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. I think there was a connection issue and I was unable to hear anything.
There's a little bit lag too. So if everyone can stop their
Okay, I'm sharing again. Sorry guys, sorry for that. Is it fine now?
Yes, Amma, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, Amma, we can hear you.
Can you see my screen as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So sorry about that. So okay, in the team sharing, we can add teams to account object, opportunity object, and case teams. Salesforce allow us to add teams for these objects, and also the record owner can add the team members for their team. They are the record owned by them. They can add the team members and also set the accessibility for each members and also set a role for each members. And also in Salesforce we can add the default teams as well. If I'll show you in when I'm doing the demo how we can add the default team as well. So this is again to give a wider user access to the records owned by someone. Want to give access to their record they own to a particular set of users below in the role hierarchy, they can use this. So that is about team sharing. And the final one, the biggest one, is the territory hierarchy access. As the name mentioned itself. So before I explain, can anyone want to explain about this? Share the knowledge about territory hierarchy.
Yes, could I?
Yeah, Akram?
Sorry, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
for the territory
Please
hierarchy
go
access,
ahead.
yeah, the territory hierarchy access is like used in Salesforce for some cases, like for example, a
Yeah, we
company,
can hear you.
like a company have like too many territory. For example, a company have a field in France, in Italy, and in, I don't know, in Germany and stuff. And each territory or each place they need to work in they need to work on their account. That's why we, in that case, we activate territory and we assign this account or the opportunity to this territory. So each one of this territory can just work on their account or their opportunity.
Amma, are you there?
Yeah, nice.
Mhm.
So yeah, as Akram mentioned, the territory hierarchy access, it is like he gave an example, like if we have branches, many branches of the company, then the particular branches, the users in a particular branch need to. Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Amma, we can. Go ahead.
Hi,
Hello.
I think there is a delay actually.
There's a delay, but I guess that's because of the connection. But keep going, Amma. We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Connection, as it is midnight here, I so poor. Sorry about that. Can you hear?
We can hear, Amma. You can go ahead.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Keep going.
Okay, can you see my screen as well?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay, give me a
Lost your
second, let me see.
screen. You.
I think I lost the access to share my screen.
Well, you are the co-host.
Okay. Sorry
Yeah,
about this. Yeah, can you see it now?
Yes, we can. Mhm.
Okay. So in the territory access, what is happening is, as Akram mentioned, if there are like more branches of an office, the users in a particular branch can see only the record related to their region. If they are in US, they can see the records in the US location. Those kind of things can be done by using a territory hierarchy access. In this territory hierarchy access, this is come under the enterprise territory management in Salesforce. It is a wider topic, but this territory hierarchy access we can explain. There are like mainly six components. Yeah, six components. In a territory model, we have a territory, and also the territory is something that you can organize the group of accounts and who are working on this account, and also we can set the the access level for the opportunities and cases. Those also can be set in for the territory. And we have in order to create a territory hierarchy, first we have to create a territory type. In the territory type, we have to set the territory priority. That is the first step we have to do when we are creating the territory. After as soon we activate the territory stated in the territory setting, and then we have to create a territory model. As soon we create a territory model, Salesforce will auto enable the territory hierarchy. In the territory model, when we create the territory model, we can see the territory model state as planning. But if you want to use that territory model, you have to activate it, or else if you want to if you don't want to use that, you can archive the territory model. So these are the components available in the Salesforce territory management. So let's
And
go to
sorry, one question.
yeah.
And I think we could just use one territory model in Salesforce. Like if you create like one, two, you can just activate one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let's go to the.
So, Amma, can we have lot of territory models but activate only one?
Yeah, we can keep the territory model in archive status.
Right. It can be archive or active, right? So
Yeah.
we can have only one active territory model at a time,
Yeah,
but we can have several territory models.
we can
There
create,
are
we can archive.
there are three states in it. One is active, one is archived. Archived is basically the one which was previously active. Another is the
Active.
planning.
Planning, right.
Planning is as soon we create the territory model, it is in the planning state. Then we can activate if we want to use it. We can archive an active territory if we don't want to use that. Is it clear?
Yes, yes. Keep going. Mhm.
Okay. So let's go to our scenario. I have divided the main scenario into 6 main steps to explain all of those uh, record hierarchy model, record sharing model. But this is the overview. In this scenario, we have a company called ABC, a manufacturing company with 2 branches in US and UK. Here we have 3 actors. Kevin is the sales director in US office, Alan is the salesperson in US office, and take Mark as the marketing agent in UK office. But in this org, the roles are not defined yet. So that is the overview. And let's go to our first scenario, first point in this scenario. The account records in this organization should be visible only to the record owner. That was the first scenario. So can anyone tell me what should be done to
O-
achieve this?
OWD should be private.
Yeah, very good. So let's go to the org and we'll see how we can set the OWD. So who can tell me what should I search here to go to the OWD?
Sharing.
Sharing
Sharing.
settings.
Yeah, very good. In sharing, under sharing setting, we have the organization while default sharing. See, here as I mentioned, for the lead we have like public read write transfer, account public read write, and here the default internal access, default external access, and this grant access using hierarchy is always checked for all the standard object. But if you have custom object, you can uncheck that. Now for our scenario, we have to update this account access to private. So here I'm going to update this access and I will show you. And one more thing, when I am updating this account, check what happening to the opportunity and case. Currently it is like for opportunity public read write, but for case it is public read write transfer. Once this is setting to private, account is setting to private, both opportunity and case also setting to private. So that is because both the account opportunity cases are directly related to account. So that's why if account is private, that too also become private. So now I set the. Hello, anyone have any question?
And also the contact, I think, because the contact is controlled by the account.
Yeah, contact
if-
is here in this situation, in this scenario, it is already controlled by parent. Yeah. So it's taking some times to activate, but at the meantime, I'll logging as any of the users in our system, and we'll create an account and we'll see any other, after logging as any other user, we'll see whether that user can see that okay, now it is private. So let me log in as Alan is our salesperson, but as there is no role set properly, we don't have role set to Alan yet. So I'm going to accounts. currently there is no account in this org. I'm going to newly create an account. I'm going to give this, as Alan is a US salesperson, I'm going to give US account 1 as the account name. And here I'm going to give the billings country as well, because we can use this account for our other scenarios. And I'm going to make it make it active, or maybe not active yet, and save. So this record is created and it is visible to Alan, but let's see whether it is visible to Kevin. So I'm logging as Kevin. I'm going to accounts. So let's see, can Kevin see the record? So there is no account Kevin can see. So let's log out and we'll go to this slide again to see our second scenario. So here the next scenario is, so the first one is clear, right, for everyone?
Yes,
I
that was
hope,
great. Mhm.
yeah. For the second one, role about the record owner requires access to the account record. So it is easy, right? Role above means we have to add the role hierarchy. So let's go back to the org and we'll add the role hierarchy. So how we can do that? We have to just simply go to the roles and we have to set roles. As Alan is the salesperson and Mark is a marketing agent, we need to create 2 new roles. So here the Kevin is director sales, so I'm going to create a role below him for Alan as salesperson. See here, the opportunity access cases also can be set from this itself, but I'm going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to change that. And here I'm going to add Alan from here. We can either add from the user profile, we can add the role to the user from the profile, or we can add users from here as well. So our first role is set. Now let's add the second role for the marketing agent. So let's add it as under VP marketing, or maybe for the marketing team I am going to add marketing agent. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to the users and I'm going to show how I'm going to add the role to the user. So this is our marketing user, Mark. So I'm going to add the role from here. So now we saw Kevin wasn't able to see the role record created by Alan previously, but now we'll, as Kevin is above in the role hierarchy, now let's log in as Kevin and we'll see whether Kevin can see now. So Kevin can see the record created by Alan. So what do you think, whether Mark will able to see the record created by Alan? Any guess? Anyone? Mark was not in the same role hierarchy. Mark was in a separate role. So he would not able to see the record created by Alan. Let's log in and see. See, as Mark is not in the role hierarchy, he cannot see the record created by Alan. So is that clear for everyone?
Yes, excellent. That's a good.
So let's go to our third scenario. It is about so they are in when I'm creating the account, I make it as not active, right? So there can be inactive accounts in this org. So the ABC company want to create a set of users into a group to handle those inactive accounts. So Mark and Alan are in that group. So for that, what do you guys think? What is suitable for this scenario?
So we have to first create a group, add Mark and Alan in that group, and then go to the create a criteria based sharing for those where the account is inactive, and then we have the option to share it with groups or roles. So just share it with the group where Mark and Alan is the one, and then done.
Yeah, very good. So first we are going to create the public group. So the group name is inactive account handling, and we are going to add Alan and Mark to that group, and going to save that group. And next, for sharing rule again, we are going to the sharing settings. Below the OWD, we can see the sharing rules. So here, I'm going to create a new account sharing rule. So I'm going to give a name like handling rule. And as this is a, we have to check the criteria, the field value of the account, this active field should be not no. So we are going to give a criteria based sharing, and here I'm going to share it with the public group, and I'm going to keep this default access for the account as read only and for this as private, or maybe as they want to handle those account, we can give the read write access. So let's share, let's save, and let's see. Let's log in as Mark, and we'll see whether Mark can now see the account created by Alan, as it is it is an inactive account.
If I'm not wrong, while creating a group, we also have the option to share the group. The If suppose the user in the group has access to the records, then the person who is subordinate to that by a role hierarchy can access the record. So we can switch off that access as well while creating a group, I think.
Yeah, if in as I didn't switch off that, when we log in as Alan, those record visible to Alan is also visible to the Kevin, as he's above in the role hierarchy. So first let's maybe let's go to the public group and we'll see. See, as I didn't remove that one, all the record which is visible to Alan should be visible to Kevin. But now, okay, let's go like that, because in our scenario we asked just to include Alan and Mark, not we doesn't mention anything about Kevin. So very good. So now I'm going to log in as Mark. and we'll see whether Mark can see the record created by Alan. Now. See, previously it wasn't visible, but now as we are using the share in rule, Alan, the record Alan created, as it is not active, now Mark can see that. I think it is clear for you guys, and let's go to the fourth scenario. So our first scenario, it is a very easy one. Here the account owner wants to manually share their records owned by them. So for that we can use the share in button. So here now what I'm going to do is, here the manual sharing option is available in under the sharing setting as well, but even though I noticed that even though we are not enabling that for the account, those objects, we have the record owner have the sharing the sharing button available even without enabling this. Let me show you. So I am going to log in as Mark, and I'm going to create a record and we'll share it with Kevin. So here again I'm going to, even though Mark is a UK person, I'm going to create a US account and I'm going to share it with Kevin. And I'm going to keep it as active. Now this is our account, and you can see this share in button. Only the record owner and the users above the record owner in the role hierarchy was able to see the share in button, but not the other users. Let me share this with see, as I mentioned, the manual share during the manual sharing, these records can be shared with public group, roles and subordinate, and also with particular user. Now I'm going to share only with Kevin, and I'm going to give the read write access, and I'm going to keep this private access for case and opportunity. And now save this record, and now we'll log in as Kevin and we'll see whether it is visible to Kevin. Or did I give the same name? So I gave the record read. This is the record created by Mark, and I gave the edit access to Kevin. So I'm going to change it. So this is how the manual sharing works. But see, the Kevin is not in the role hierarchy, or Kevin is not the record owner, so Kevin doesn't have the sharing access for this record. So is it clear?
Great, Amma. It's amazing.
Yeah. So thank you, Siba. So our fifth point, we are coming closer to the end. So in the fifth point, Kevin wants to share all the record he owns with his team. So Alan is a team member with read-write access. So here comes the team sharing. So let's go to the org, and I already log in as Kevin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new account, and then I have to log in. Let's create the US account 3. I'm going to keep it as active, and I'm going to save it. So in the account, currently we don't have the team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out from Kevin, and I'm going to my system admin profile and going to first enable the teams account team. So here we have to enable the account team. So I save it, and then what I'm going to do is okay, for which layout this account team should be visible, I'm going to add all the layouts, and then I'm going to save. And now what happened is the team is visible on the account. So now again I have to go and log in as Kevin. I'll show how to add members to the team, and also how to add default members. So now this is what Kevin owns this record. So here now we can see the account team. So here that means Kevin can manually add the users as well. Just simply select Alan and what is the role, everything he can manually simply add. What is the access he want to give? As in our scenario we mentioned read write access, he can simply give this, and we can simply save it. But let me show you another thing, adding the default team. So for that we have to go, the user has to go to the settings, and then under the advanced user details, the default account team. Here the user have this default account team, and they can add the default account team members. So there I'm going to set Alan as a default team member with the read write access, and I'm going to set as sales rep. So even though now Kevin is hold an above role, but as after we adding this default account team to this record, this Kevin's team, the record Kevin has created, Kevin on, can be visible to the user members in this default account team. So let's log in as Alan and see whether Alan can see the record created by Kevin now. Yeah, see, Alan can see that record. Is it clear? And one more thing I want to mention, the users above in the role hierarchy, users with read write access can add members to the this account team. As now Alan has the read write access, he can add members to this team. Is that clear? If you have any question, just put in the chat or unmute yourself and ask. I'll try to answer as much as I know. So let's go to our last point, which is about the territory. So here, Mark is the UK member, but we have 2 US users. So US users should only be able to see the account data within their region. So for that, we are going to use the territory. So let's first enable the territory in this org. Go to the territory settings. And then we have to enable enterprise territory management. Here, as I mentioned, the default access level for account opportunity case, those are we can set from here. I'm going to keep everything as it is. So I'm going to save this, and now again I'm going to go to territory, and here see, once as soon we enable this, we can see territory model and territory types. Do you remember for which one we should create first? Anyone?
Territory
Yes.
model.
Yeah, we can create the territory type first and then territory model.
Yeah, very good. First we have to create the territory type. So I'm going to create a new territory type. I'm going to call it as US territory type. And here we have to set the territory priority. So I'm going to create only this one. So I'm going to give it as 1. And after we create the territory type, we have to create the territory model. So I'm going to give the territory model name as US territory model. And here you can see the territory model state as planning. As soon you save, Salesforce, what they are going to do is they are going to create the hierarchy. So just click on that, and there you can create the territory. So we are going to create the US territory, and you can select the territory type that we have created. So here again we can set the access level. Let's go with the default access level. And now see, even after I created the territory, the model state is showing as planning. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate it. One more thing I forgot, we have to add the rule. Let's go to this territory and let's add a rule.
Amma, there's a question in the chat. What happens if we have more than one territory type? How does priority play a role?
More than one territory type, based on the priority only, which rule should execute first, that will select based on the priority. That is what my understanding. Actually, I don't have real-time experience on this territory or the team sharing, all the 3 manual sharing, team sharing, and territory sharing. I just go through the trailhead and I learn from that. But as per my understanding, based on the territory priority only, which rule should execute first, will Salesforce will know from the priority. If anyone else know more than that, please explain. So even I also can learn from that. I did something wrong. Before we activate, we have to add the rule. Let me go to the territory model again, and I'm going to archive this. Okay, I'm going to delete it and let's add the model again. Now here, see the assignment rule. Don't forget to add this rule because based on the rule, what are the record available for the territory can be Salesforce can give the accessibility to the record based on the rule we are defining here. Let me give like that US accounts, and based on the billing city, if the billing city equal to US, then those records should be visible to the users in this territory. So I'm going to keep this territory as active.
Shouldn't it be based on billing country? Because US is a country.
Did I do something wrong? Did I put something wrongly? Oh yeah, billing city, sorry. Thanks for showing me that we have to add the billing city. No, not city, billing country. Sorry. So after that, we have to add users for this territory. View hierarchy, go to the territory, and then okay. See, you can assign users to this territory. So I'm going to assign Kevin and Alan to this territory.
Amma, we are a little over time.
Yeah, this is the last thing, and we are going to complete by that. So after that, I'm going to activate this territory. So we can activate from here. So while this territory is activating, I'm going to create like two, three records from the system admin profile. Let's create randomly like US, UK. And just giving the billing city, not the city, country. And another UK one. That's it. Yeah. So the next thing is going to log in as Alan or Kevin, any of the user. Let's log in as Kevin, and you'll see the US records created by the system admin is visible to Kevin or not. What are the accounts visible? Whether it is only the US accounts. Let's see that. Yeah, see these two newly created account. These two are visible, but not the UK accounts created by the system admin. So that's the everything that I was planning to cover today. So, and I have some references that I can share. These are like these were very helpful for me to when I was studying for the sharing and visibility architect certification. I'll share this with Sheba so that maybe Sheba can share with others. So if you have any question, please raise that. And I hope you guys understand this, what I have demoed today.
Amma, can you share this slide deck in the chat with others? That will be really helpful, so they can, if they're interested to view it, they can see it.
Yeah. So I'll stop sharing and over to you, Seba.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
So over to me now. Can you see my screen? Not yet.
Not yet.
Now?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So for this wonderful presentation, I want to throw this confetti for Amma.
Thank you.
On her profile in Trailblazer and LinkedIn. So thanks very much, Amma. That was just amazing. We'll call you back. I love that territory, the territory part of it. And so maybe we can have part 2 on forecasting, which is again a puzzle for a lot of people. So it would be great to have you back.
Yeah, I can learn about that and I can share my knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we learn and we share. That's what it is. So today, folks, I'm going to be talking about Business Analyst Exam that I took in Dreamforce 22 just a week ago and passed. That was a rainbow in the sky for me. So here is some of the documentation on what I studied. Let me share. Basically, some of the documentation on what I studied and some tips on the topics that are important for the exam, as well as the resources of the study. So that's what I'll be sharing. So this is, of course, we start with the exam guide. And as you see, this is the most important and highest weight is on collaboration with stakeholders. And almost all are equally weighted here: customer discovery, process mapping, requirements, user stories, and user acceptance. So this is definitely something you should first look at before you go ahead and study for other things. I did the trail mix, as you see here, 93 done. It was good to just go through it. Within the trail mix, there are some practice questions which are really good to just understand how the end-to-end of business analyst. And there's a line from Medium Block: a good business analyst talks to you, discovers your needs, and figures out your requirements. A bad BA makes you fill out their template. So I found that very interesting. So I thought to share. And so I actually have the links to all those resources, which I found really helpful. And I'll share this with you. One particular blog that I enjoyed was this one, Dinesh Yadav's article on Business Analyst. Basically, he has shown in brief everything that we need to know. So it's like a synopsis of the exam, the not exam, but the syllabus. So in short, you get to see all the different things like RACI chart, what it stands for, glossary of terms, these kind of things in one article itself, it resides. I found that extremely helpful. Other blog that I liked was this Automation Champion blog. And here he's like, again, it's like a synopsis on many things. It's really good to read through all of that. And there's some videos which are really fun watch and that you can actually learn a lot about business analysts just going through all those videos and materials. The other thing I liked was Ian Gott's video on, there was a video from Ian Gott, which talks about basically UPN and the process mapping. So that was very good as well. There's business as Salesforce Ben's article on it, which is very good, like the 5 main tools for business analysts. If you hope to join business analyst as a profession, then these all these links were going to be very helpful to understand the tools and techniques behind this trade. So I'm going to share the link with you as we were a little over time. For the first presentation, I'm going to just shrink it to sharing my links with you. And yeah, so you can benefit from there. I pre-opened all these links so I don't have to waste time on them opening. So it's like open right away to save some time there. So this user acceptance testing came in the exam, and basically it talks about how end users play a role in user acceptance testing. So that was great. These practice questions within the trail mix itself were very helpful. And so, yeah, definitely go through those. So I will share my link. I'm looking at the chat. Oops, sorry. Am I not? I wasn't unmuted.
For a second. Yeah.
Oh, just for a second. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Anyhow, so Dinesh, yeah, I will share all these links with you. I will share the slide deck with you. So you can go through all these links at your time. The main point I was trying to make was that I hope you heard that link, that quote I said from Medium blog, right? Ahmad, can you confirm? Amma?
Yes, we could hear it before.
Yeah.
Right? Only for a second it was off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, these are all the resources. The links actually will be the best way to just go through all of them. My suggestion for the passing the exam is go through Dinesh Yadav's blog. It has a synopsis of the entire of the trail mix, basically. So, and from which actually the exam is derived. And then Automation Champion has the same thing. It has really good. Yeah, I will share my slide deck with you guys, so you can have access to all these links. There's also things like Developer Edition, like this free analytics Developer Edition. Basically, this is the one, and you get the access to V2 Mom and the another agile accelerator through this dev.org. And if you practice through that, you basically get a live view of how those things work, how those tools work for business analysts. So V2MOM is also another concept that was very predominant there. You should know about V2MOM. There's definitely going to be a question on that from there. Then there's this Agile Accelerator on App Exchange, journey mapping. There's going to be questions on all these links that I've put here in front of you. So yeah, so my tip is to just check out the Trailhead exam guide, use that as your master revision list, complete the trail mix and cert prep modules on Trailhead. Basically, all these links point to specific, modules on trail mix that from where the exams will be coming, from where the exam questions came. And so you can test out the features and concepts in the dev.org and in that I mentioned here, CRM Analytics, this link here, that you can create your own developer edition, which is with you forever, right? So as long as you log into it one time in 180 days. So let me know if anybody wants to ask any question on this. Please unmute yourself and you can ask. Going once.
Are there any questions in BA exam, cert exam as well on CRM Analytics and Agile Accelerator?
So there is not going to be, I don't remember anything directly for CRM Analytics. So this is basically to know, there was some on V2MOM. And so in that developer org, you'll get the access to V2MOM and the analytics, so Agile Accelerator. So it's basically to just have a hands-on practice for that discipline, right? BA discipline.
Okay.
What can be really helpful is this kind of practice questions within the trail mix.
Any question on the Scrum and the Kanban board on that?
Yes.
And preparing on BA.
Yes, that one was there, and it is an important concept. So one of, I think, process mapping or something, one of the links points there to that, and then invest checklist. So all these are just links. You can just go directly from here. These practice. So basically, this is how you can see the quality of the user story through invest. So just want to be brief, and as we were already over time. So Amma, do you have any quiz you want to share? Amma, are you there?
So I think I'm good. I have asked all the questions within
you wanted to ask a quiz, right? Or no?
No, I prepared the quiz, but I thought I'm going to ask everything during the session itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have 2 voucher codes to give away. Who do you want to? Maybe I can ask 1 or 2 extra last questions and see if everybody was paying attention. So everyone, please, I know like a few people answered quite a few, but this is going to determine your prize. So whoever answers first will get it. Company XYZ employees wants to see only their country region data. Which sharing setting model suits for them? Country-based sharing, territory hierarchy model.
Territory model.
Territory.
Okay, you have to write in the chat, guys. Okay, Anand. Because everybody's going to shout it out. All right, Anand, you can just send me an email. Okay, there's one more chance, so don't lose hope. So one more chance to win. Please write in the chat. Only that's the only way to verify who got it first. Which are the objects which are the objects which support public read, write, transfer access? Lead and case, account and a contact, opportunities and cases, lead and product. So Amma, can you tell me which one? Everybody's saying, Vivian said account. Amma, can you tell me which one is the correct one?
Yeah, there are three. The leads and the two with the read, write, transfer access is lead and case.
Lead and case. So who got that first? Shraddha. No, Ketan. No, Megesh. Okay. So Anand and Megesh, you get the prize.